Welcome to Olin Business School's graduation recognition ceremony. I'm Mark Taylor, Dean of the John M. Olin School of Business, and I'm honoured to be able to host this extremely important occasion under extraordinary circumstances. Today, we honour our candidates for the Master of Science in Leadership from WashU at Brookings and Olin's 55th Executive MBA Class. At this point, I'd typically pause to acknowledge family and friends who couldn't attend in person and who would watch instead on an internet video feed. But as we're all too keenly aware, the global pandemic that has beset us all means that every single one of us falls into that category this year. Today, I'm pleased to address all of our degree candidates, and what an impressive cohort we have before us. Among you are scientists and engineers, financiers and doctors, sales professionals, and social workers. Some of you already have advanced degrees. For some, your experience spans the civilian world and the military world, and from the corporate world to the world of public service. For our 18 Masters in Leadership students, you are the manifestation of a tremendous partnership between Olin and Brookings, unique in the world of higher learning. The history of Washington University and the Brookings Institution are closely intertwined. Robert S. Brookings, a St. Louis businessman, founded the institution that bears his name, led this university's governing board for 33 years, and was instrumental in the creation of WashU's Business School in 1917. I feel the weight of that history every day, and I'm honored to lead a ceremony to recognize a new class emerging from that partnership. Each of you came to WashU Olin seeking the skills to take the next step in your career. Each of you carved out time from busy professional lives to invest deeply in yourselves. I have often heard from students like you who describe the experience of learning a new strategy in class and then applying it in their work the very next day. This immediate application is a true sign of success for our students and our faculty. You began this journey together, but in very short order, global circumstances prevented our gathering for classes and networking events. And although those circumstances have not yet mitigated, and we still cannot be together, the Olin community felt it was important to pause, nevertheless, to recognize your substantial achievement. Your arrival at this moment is a testament to your hard work in the classroom, in virtual libraries, and in study groups, all the while maintaining your own rigorous professional schedules. The virus that upended your professional and academic schedules has only compounded the scale of your achievement. In some ways, the sharp pivot we have all made is emblematic of what we prepare for at a school with the global reputation which Olin enjoys. We learn how to compile and analyze data, how to apply that data in principled decision-making, how to thrive in a global marketplace, how to anticipate shifting markets, and how to be agile in times of uncertainty. Clearly, we put your agility to the test. No one could have foreseen the upheaval this last year has rendered in our lives, our education, our careers, and our futures. Yet, once the challenge of these times has faded into the background, I am certain that the experiences you carry forward from here will serve you through the next business plan, the next merger, the next product launch, the next startup, even the next crisis. Before we recognize our graduates, I'd like to acknowledge and thank the many Olin faculty members who have participated in bringing you to this moment. I also wish to recognise the staff members from Olin and Brookings who worked with you. I offer my thanks to Ian Dubin and to Katie Sconce from Brookings, and to Ashley McCrander, Corey Barron, Darlene Lisson and Christy Chan from Olin. Now, for our first student speaker, I'd like to introduce a member of the WashU at Brookings class who's graduating today, Terry Quist. Terry is a senior civilian intelligence officer in the Joint Intelligence Directorate of the National Guard Bureau. He's based in Arlington, Virginia, where he has responsibility for counterintelligence and security after a 30-year career in uniform as an Army intelligence officer. He left that role in 2015 after a military career that included tactical intelligence, counterintelligence, linguist management, and strategic duties with the Defense Intelligence Agency and the Office of the Under-Secretary of Defense for Intelligence. That same year, the National Military Intelligence Association honored Terry with the Carl F. Eifler Award for outstanding contributions to military intelligence. Among his many accomplishments and credentials, Terry is fluent in Russian and reads ancient Greek and Latin. Please welcome Terry Quist.
A cartoon strip many years ago had an undergraduate student commencement speaker list all the problems of the world: war, poverty, pollution, racial unrest, and so forth. Then ask rhetorically, what will our class do to address these issues? The student concludes, I don't know about you, but I'm going to graduate school. The cartoon cynically implies that it is easier to study the problems of the world than to solve them. Our class doesn't have the luxury of studying the problems of the world without working to solve them. We all came from professions of public service to the Washington University at Brookings Executive Education Program. We remained engaged with our responsibilities while we completed our courses. We go back to the world we never left, often to undertake greater responsibility and opportunity for leadership enabled by the work we invested in this program. Why would we do this? Taking time and resources from our agencies and our families. I will begin to answer the question by recalling Socrates' dictum as reported in Plato's Apology. The unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates meant many things by these words, but he certainly implies that human beings should examine their world and take responsibility for acting upon their understanding. Applied to the sphere of executive leadership, this dictum challenges us to examine our problems and the agencies created to solve them. This dictum challenges us to lead the change that will make our agencies better instruments for the solutions. What happens when we fail to live up to Socrates' challenge? As executives, we face an intimidating plethora of overwhelming day-to-day tactical demands that require immediate attention and response. In the Army, we call this focusing on the 20-meter targets that distract our attention and divert our efforts from our long-range strategic purpose and goal. The nature of our hidebound bureaucracies often grinds away at youthful ideals of public service and leaves us dispirited, reactive, and even cynical. We become shaped by our problems instead of leading the solutions. We can even become the problem. The founders of the Executive Education Program built the curriculum upon an excellent foundation of core principles designed to transform us from senior managers into senior leaders. The first principle consisted of rigorous grounding in critical thinking and strategic thinking that enabled us to recognize the actual nature of our problems and lead the change required to address them. The curriculum wove these foundational skills in critical and strategic thinking throughout our other courses, exercising and reinforcing our first lessons by applying them to different aspects of executive leadership. The second core principle of our program was the testing of our newly gained knowledge through praxis. Most of our courses required that we write a course paper based upon a project we implemented in our workplace or a reflection on past work experience. The third core principle was the creation of a community of collaborative maieutic learning. Our program recruited the best scholar practitioners to serve more as midwives to learning than as lecturers. Our instructors empowered us to learn from each other and underscored that they were also learning from us. We will carry back to our agencies lessons gathered from across the federal enterprise as well as greater appreciation for the diverse agency cultures we must negotiate as senior leaders. I described the program in the past tense. The school disappointed us when it announced that we would be the last graduating class, but we were grateful that the school enabled us to complete our degrees. Our divided nation has many managers. We need more leaders. This leadership program had good bones. We hope the opportunity shall arise to resurrect these bones someday in a new leadership program that meets the needs and expectations of Washington University, the Brookings Institution, and your executive education students. Congratulations to my classmates and the families and agencies that enabled them to be here today.
Thank you, Terry, for your remarks. Now I'd like to introduce a member of EMBA Class 55 to share a few words with us, Amy Guthrie. Amy is Vice President and Head of Operations for Birch & Company. And although the Kansas City-based firm was founded only 22 years ago, it's become one of the best-known independent broker-dealers for investment banking and middle-market M&A professionals nationwide. In her role, Amy manages the operational and administrative functions of the firm, leading a growing team of securities professionals who oversee global M&A activity for over 150 investment bankers. Amy began working at Birch & Company 10 years ago, after beginning her career in General Electric's financial management program and corporate audit staff. Amy also serves on several non-profit boards and committees and enjoys reading and traveling with her husband and 2 children. Please welcome Amy Guthrie.
Good morning. My name is Amy Guthrie, and let me say, friends, admired faculty, devoted family, congratulations to you all. It's an honor to be sharing this day with each of you. On behalf of the cohort, I especially want to thank those who have guided us, supported us, and given us the ability to rise with courage as leaders in a year that has absolutely required it. Thank you. I'm incredibly humbled to have the opportunity to reflect on our shared journey. I can only imagine the cohort asked me to speak because they believed I would be able to articulate our story. What they may not have fully realized is that after hundreds of case studies, intense team simulations, and direct peer feedback, Professor Sam Chun was right. The brain really does block trauma, and so I may not have access to all of those stories. Let's just assume that's for the best. In her 1937 novel, Their Eyes Were Watching God, American author Zora Neale Hurston writes, "There are years that ask questions and years that answer." With the wisdom that comes from experience, it's easy to look back over time and identify those years that required patience and grace, and if you're me, note that you exhibited neither one. But what's genuinely stirring is to look back and see the development that happens over time, leading to true fulfillment. MBA 55, we are a diverse group. We represent 7 different countries. We have executives with expertise ranging from biochemistry and genetics to conducting counterterrorism for the US Army to Washington University School of Medicine physicians. There are years that ask questions. And so I ask, does a diverse group of accomplished leaders, full of talent, grit, and innovative thinking become something more? Friends, we have to ask ourselves this basic question because the answer reveals something about this community that reaches far beyond what we've achieved on paper in the last 2 years. In fact, what I'd like to suggest is that the resilience and curiosity that was nurtured by this incredible institution says something about our humanity, something that will endure over time. So how about if we focus on the one event that gave our community its spark? We were on campus together in March of 2020, the month that changed everything. And as the world began to shut down around us, and some of us faced real trauma, I felt anxious. There are 4 members of the medical of our cohort who are medical professionals. I feared we would lose you to the pressures of leading through a pandemic, and I feared for your health. And then I saw you all rise. I saw you fight to keep us moving forward together, saw our professors immediately pivot to online learning, and our advisors develop innovative ways to keep 19 business students in sync while not in person. Maybe you didn't feel the momentum from this moment forward, but I did. Research on the topic of resilience shows that it's not something deep inside yourself. Instead, it's something that's heavily enabled by strong relationships. As humans, we become more resilient by connecting with others in challenging times, and these relationships inspire us to persist. But there was something else I began to notice. We were curious. Not just curious about company valuations or who in the room failed to mute their Zoom, but curious about each other. As our brilliant professors found ways to help us engage across the diverse group, we cultivated true empathy and perspective. The author, Michael Bungay Stanier, states, "We live in the world our questions create." Sit with that for a moment. We live in the world our questions create. Friends, when we were at our best, we were leaders that exhibited a desire to listen and understand. Learning and understanding without having lived the experience makes us uniquely human. What's more, this level of curiosity often leads to caring, and I saw it reveal itself in small and beautiful ways, like giving to our service team, or having difficult conversations, or calling a friend on the day of that doctor's appointment. There are years that ask questions. Does a diverse group of accomplished leaders, full of talent, grit, and innovative thinking become something more? We thrived in the years that this question was being asked of us by allowing our experiences to help us build a level of collective resilience and curiosity that we never could have achieved on our own. And there are years that answer. What opportunities will you pursue with your changed perspective? Will you create the type of change or results that improve the lives of others? Will you motivate other leaders to improve their own lives? Or will you simply enjoy the fulfillment that comes with knowing you've been changed? Friends, the world needs our resilience and our curiosity and our caring now more than ever. Again, congratulations to you all. It is a privilege to be journeying with you. Thank you. I now have the honor to present the Reed Teaching Awards to two instructors who have had a tremendous impact on the MBA 55 cohort. The Reed Teaching Awards are presented by the graduating Executive MBA Class to those professors whose exceptional teaching most inspire and transform their students. On behalf of MBA 55, we are proud to present a Reed Teaching Award to Professor Sam Chun. Sam is that professor who is the perfect amount of both challenging and motivating. He commands the material so that it allows him to convey both old and new methods. He also has the charisma and wit necessary to make Excel and linear regressions come to life and tell a story, which is a unique talent. But what is truly inspiring about Sam is his genuine curiosity and the example that he sets for what it really means to be a lifelong learner. Sam, thank you and congratulations.
Hey, 55. Apologies for being double booked, so I have to do this by recording. Congratulations for your impending commencement. And I also want to just say thank you for the award. I think familiarity does indeed breed contempt, and you guys have the dubious honor of being the class that had to endure me for the most amount of hours ever, I think. So, despite that, getting the Reed Award like that is it's phenomenal, and I really appreciate it. And thanks from the bottom of my heart. It was really great running into all of you at the Ritz last month and seeing you live. I'm hoping that's going to happen soon, that we can see each other live more frequently. And and a final note to David Matrano for, I don't know if anyone else knows this, but during innovation, we were passing notes back and forth. And David actually got me to be better than a 0-level chef. So I can actually bake bread now. So Dave, thanks a lot. Hats off to you. So anyway, huge congratulations. Welcome to the alumni family. And I will see you guys around. Take care. Bye.
We are also pleased to present a Reed Teaching Award to Professor Ron King. Ron is a professor that redefines teaching. His unique and stimulating style of getting students to embrace the material is amazing. What's more, his dynamic enthusiasm for accounting is fun, and he inspires students to begin to see the world through the discipline of financial reporting. I will forever see Ron as an advisor and a mentor who took a personal interest in his students and the future they would create. I know I speak for the entire cohort when I say Ron doesn't simply teach, he transforms. Ron, thank you and congratulations.
Greetings, Emma 55, and congratulations. I'm most pleased to have the opportunity to join you today for this digital ceremony. I'd like to start by expressing my very deep appreciation for receiving the Reed Teaching Award. It's been my honor to work with you these past months and to witness firsthand your growth trajectory. Graduation ceremonies are really special for faculty and for me because it gives us an opportunity to meet in person, to congratulate you and to share some memories. Unfortunately, given the COVID life we now live, we don't have that opportunity. So I'd like to take this opportunity and share a few impressions you left with me during the time you spent here in the MBA program. These are just impressions and hopefully conversation starters for when we get together in person. So here goes. Renata, bridge builder, keen intelligence and constructive persona. Gwen, inspirational, a go-giver, unwavering inner strength. Chris, keen observer of context, layered sense of humor. Amy, wide-eyed curiosity, stellar role model, she has her partner's back. Omake, steeped in emotional intelligence, defender of North Star values. Alyssa, fearless courage, role model for discovery, solar powered. Lissa sees the layers of complexities and has the mindset to explore deeply. Dill, leadership centric, mentor who understands the science of aligned interests. Jen embodies the science and art of decision making. I think she understands the Higgs boson. Matt, man of compassion, committed to deep connections. Matthew embodies the combination of high standards for self and constructive perceptions of others. David, engineered for action, positioned for impact, robust to ambiguity. Andy, intellectually exuberant, passion for the next frontier. Christy, blue flame thinker, fierce defender of value, owns her own voice. John, keen observer of context, noble spirit, student of people. Michael brilliantly balances the duality of conventional hierarchy and unfettered exploration. Nunzio, quintessential example of modern globalism, on stage for innovation. Baojo, man who navigates with ease the boundaries between the known, the unknown, and the unknowable. Shin, poised to dent the universe, one order of hand-pulled noodles at a time. Of course, these are just impressions, and hopefully we'll have a chance soon to meet in person and continue the discussion. So with that said, I'd like to end it this way. One, congratulations for a job well done. Thank you so much for the honor of being the Teacher Award winner. And three, I really look forward to staying in touch and to seeing you live your best life and for you making a better world. You have definitely added to my balance sheet of life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amy, for your words to the class today. I'd also like to offer my sincere congratulations to Ron and Sam, and to thank them for the messages they shared today with our graduates. Now, please welcome Nick Argiers, the Vernon W. and Marion K. Piper Professor of Strategy, who will announce the C. William Emery Award.
Greetings, EMBA 55 family and friends. My name is Nick Argiers. I'm the Academic Director of the St. Louis EMBA program, also Professor of Strategy. It's my pleasure to announce the winner of the C. William Emery Award. The Emery Award goes to the student who, in the opinion of the faculty and the administration, best exemplifies the characteristics of scholarship, of character, of leadership, and to the student who enjoys the affection of his or her classmates. The award is named for Bill Emery, a marketing professor who founded our EMBA program in 1982. He and his wife Jean were known for their generosity and passion for supporting the global Olin family, Washington University in St. Louis, and the community at large. So this year's C. William Emery Award for EMBA 55 goes to Amy Guthrie. Congratulations, Amy.
Congratulations, Amy, and thank you for your hard work. EMBA Class 55 includes 3 new inductees to Beta Gamma Sigma, the International Business Honor Society that recognizes the top 20% of the class, representing the most outstanding students of business internationally. Well done to our new inductees, Amy Mary Guthrie, Jennifer Lee Kennis, and Andrew John Odden. I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our military and veteran students. A dozen of the students represented in the ceremony today are either veterans or are still on active duty. And you'll see their names on the screen right now. Each an individual who has bravely served this country and who brings excellent leadership skills, an amazing work ethic, and true inspiration to both our Master of Science in Leadership program and to the Executive MBA program. On behalf of Olin Business School, thank you for your service. Now I would like to introduce Ian Dubin, Associate Dean and Managing Director for WashU at Brookings, to present our MSL candidates. Ian's presentation will be followed by Corey Barham, Olin's Associate Director of Executive MBA Advising and Student Affairs, who will introduce the members of today's graduating Executive MBA class.
And now it is my distinct honor to present the final class of Master of Science and Leadership candidates. I am so proud of each of you, as it is bittersweet that you represent the final candidates for this degree. Congratulations. Christine Kenny Caraher. Andrew Duncan Clayton. Jennifer Catherine Dietz. Christopher Michael Johnson. Charles S. Meyer. Scott W. Moore. Nafisa Owens. Stephen Eric Pearson. Donnell Amber Marie Persing. Terry Charles Quist. Manuel Rodriguez. Barbette Smith. Lauren Stinstra. Ellen Stotts. John Brandon Tacker. Sarah Wright. Rocky Zacchaeus. Maritza Elizabeth Zyberg. At this time, I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague, Corey Barron, the Associate Director of Executive MBA Advising and Student Affairs, to present the candidates for the Executive MBA for Class 55. And let me also offer my congratulations to each of you.
Thank you. It is now my honor to present Executive MBA Class 55. Hanata Bolognese, Gwendolyn Doss, Chris Fairchild, Amy Guthrie, Omakai Higo, Alyssa Huffman, Elizabeth Johnson, Dilnasa Kabete, Jennifer Kirish, Matthew Coney, Matthew Lamb, David Matrano, Andrew Odden, Christy Picard, John Reagan, Michael Rumbout, Nunzio Zardo, Baojo Sun, Xin Wei. Congratulations to you all, IMBA 55.
Thank you, Ian and Corey, and congratulations to our graduates from the WashU at Brookings Master of Science in Leadership Program and Olin's Executive MBA Class 55. Since our world was turned upside down a bit more than a year ago, I've been heartened every day by the fortitude, resilience, and creativity we've seen from our staff, our faculty, and most importantly, from you, our students. I'm also inspired by your determination to complete your programs during these most challenging of times. I'm privileged to have the opportunity to recognize you today. Allow me the honor, allow me the distinction of extending best wishes for success to our newest graduates. I urge you to remain engaged with your alma mater. A lifelong learning relationship awaits you. Welcome to the alumni family at Olin Business School and Washington University. Congratulations, and remember, once Olin, always Olin.